Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 18-ounce Hibiscus Flower candle from HomeWorx by Slatkin. I recently picked this up at Marshall's for $16.99, and I was super excited to finally see some HomeWorx candles at my Marshall's store, and so I picked it up, and I've been burning it quite a bit, so let me review it. The notes on this read: a blend of red hibiscus, mango slices, nectarine blossom, and tiare flower. So, oh my gosh, wow, this is so disappointing. Like, I don't know if like the Marshall's candles are like second runs or like B quality candles from HomeWorx that are for some reason like a second rate quality or something to it, but I can barely smell this one. It's very, very, very weak, and it's not to say that HomeWorx candles, even their supposedly A quality, first grade ones that you buy directly from their website or from QVC, don't have their own unscented ones as well. But this one's just very, very weak. I've never really seen too many reviews or people talking about this one, so I don't even know what the one from QVC is like. But this particular one is just very, very, very light and weak. So I don't know if it's just a coincidence because HomeWorx tends to have a lot of duds on their own, or if they like tend to send like low grade, B grade, second rate quality ones to Marshalls to clearance them out because maybe they know there's something wrong with them, kind of like an outlet situation. I don't really know, but in any case, this is like so incredibly weak that I simply cannot recommend it. But let me get into the fragrance of what you can smell very minimally of it, and then I'll get into performance and all that kind of stuff. So this, obviously, I love my tropical florals. I love like Tiare Sunrise from HomeWorx. So I was really excited to get another tropical floral like that. The label is absolutely gorgeous and super enticing on this. So I was super curious to see what this smells like. And it smelled decent enough on cold. It wasn't super strong on cold, but a lot of times HomeWorx candles aren't super strong on cold either. So I was like, okay, let me still give it a try. And basically what I smell from it is the nectarine blossom is super strong on this. Like when you go to burn this, it really smells like a fuzzy nectarine or a peach fragrance. It's definitely way fruitier than floral. For this to be called a flower scent is actually kind of slightly misleading because I feel like it's way more fruity than it is flower. But you get a ton of that like quote unquote nectarine blossom, but it really just smells like fuzzy nectarines. Very, very similar to the farm stand nectarine candle that HomeWorx has put out before. If you like that sort of same fuzzy, authentic, like nectarine peach fragrance from farm stand nectarine, I think you'll enjoy this because it's a very much a prominent note. And HomeWorx tends to do peach very well, like exceptionally well from other brands that kind of smell sort of artificial or icky. Like, no, the HomeWorx ones you can kind of smell like even the fuzzy skin on the outside of it, and it's a great, like, nectarine fragrance when and if you can smell it. And then you get a little bit of a mango fragrance. Definitely gives it a slightly more tropical twist past that nectarine slash peach fragrance. It kind of reminds me of the juicy. Mango fragrance that you get from the Island Palm candle. The Island Palm candle also has like mango and grapefruit melon and like plumeria or something in it. So kind of similar concept there. So it gives me a slight tropical fruity vibe to it that makes the nectarine a little bit juicier. But the mango is nowhere near as like overripe or super sweet and juicy as like a lot of the mango fragrances you get from Bath and Body Works are like super fruity and super sweet. It's not quite like that. It's a lot more subdued and subtle, as is the whole entire candle in general. Lastly, you get a slight floral note in there that gives it a slight like air freshener vibe to it. It reminds me a lot of like the Glade, like Hawaiian Breeze or some kind of Airwick tropical fragrance. It very much has a like generic tropical floral air freshener quality to it. It really smells like that, especially when you put the floral in there. That it just gives it like this generic tropical flowery feel in the background, but it's not super strong. It's just like kind of like this sort of like tropical air freshener type of fragrance to it is what you get from the tiare flower. If I had to equate it to a flower closest, it would be maybe like a plumeria type of fragrance, which is also pretty much what tiare sunrise smells, just like the straight up like plumeria fragrance from Bath and Body Works. Has a slight plumeria quality to it because plumeria usually has like a sweet nectary vibe to it as well. So you get a little bit of that, and that is what the fragrance smells like. But of course, you can only really smell it on like very like random occasions, like if you're just like hovering directly over the candle, or you'll get like a slight like whiff of it when you walk into the room after you've walked out of it. But other than that, I go just like totally nose blind to it. So it's not really a fragrance I can smell very much, but of what I can dissect when I hover my nose directly over it, that is what I get. So yeah, fragrances, it's pleasant enough. It's nothing that I have to repurchase on fragrance alone. It's kind of, I don't want to say generic, like it's not bad, but it's just kind of like an expected fragrance, I guess. But yeah, so it's pretty much it for the fragrance. Let me go on to the performance. I believe this is a fourth burn and I'm actually nearing completion. I think there's maybe one or two burns left, so this maybe has like a total of 6 burns in it and seems to be burning very quickly. And yeah, so I don't think this is going to even last like the full 30 to 55 hours that they quote. It's probably be like maybe somewhere in like the 24 to possibly 30 total. Definitely nowhere near the 55-hour range. But you know, it is what it is. At least it's like not deading out, so we're good to go there. So the burn and the performance on it in terms of the pulling out and the wicks have been totally fine. They do tend to, like the wicks tend to get really, really long as you're burning them. So I trim these very generously because otherwise they start sooting and the wicks and the flames get super tall and massive and they do start sooting. So I trim these super small to like little nubs, and you can see here, even with that, it's totally pulled out fine and doing fine. So that's what I do with these candles. As for the throw, it's just so immensely weak. It's just like, why did I even spend $17 on this to get like no satisfaction out of this? I'm just literally only burning this just so I can like get it out of my house, so I don't have to be reminded of how unscented it is. Maybe a 2 to a 3. Like I can like so I can barely smell it in a small bedroom. Like when I'm in the bedroom, I can never smell it. I go nose blinded to it immediately. I can only smell it if I leave the room for a few minutes, and then when I come back, I initially get a burst of it when I'm entering the room. But as soon as I place myself into the room again, I just totally don't smell it anymore. It's just very weak. In an open concept area, I got like subtle whiffs of it, like in like once again the 2 to the 3 range. I can kind of like vaguely smell it in the background, but then I like lose it very quickly. It's not room filling, it's not house filling by any means. Maybe like in a closet or a bathroom it might be adequate, but I just go so nose blind to it so quickly, and I'm like, maybe I just like lost my sense of smell for whatever reason. So I was like, let me light up like mahogany vanilla from Bath and Body Works, which I know is a known performer. Immediately could smell that one, no issues. Put in the open concept area, just filled the entire space, like no problem. I could smell it immediately. So I don't think I necessarily lost my sense of smell, but this one's just very weak, so I can't recommend it based on the throw of it as well. And so the performance on this candle. Overall, no, I most certainly wouldn't recommend this or repurchase this candle. I don't know if my Marshall's one just happened to be a dud or a lower grade, like outlet quality candle. I don't really know what the deal is. If this was a Bath and Body Works candle with a 100% guarantee, I would have probably returned it after the second burn because it was like totally like super weak and light even then. But of course, it's from Marshall's and it's a HomeWorx candle, so you can't. I don't think Marshall's necessarily accept like used candles, so I don't know. But yeah, total bummer. I can't recommend this. It's just really aggravating. I feel like there's just more like unscented and light candles from HomeWorx than there are ones that are like adequate and satisfactory and strong. And I'm just kind of growing tired of it. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you picked this candle, and how it performed for you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.